This post might be a bit long, but I didn't want to leave any part of it out, so buckle up. In my two recent videos, we talked about how to tell the difference between fear and discernment in particular moments. But today I want to talk about how to respond when something feels off in a relationship, especially if it's in the early stages. So here's my advice. Like before, don't ignore the feeling and don't blindly trust it either. Investigate it, but not by asking, do I like this person? Instead, ask, do I see the qualities that make healthy relationships possible in this person? So here are the questions I need you to ask yourself. 1, is there mutual respect? Do they value you? Do they value your time, your opinions, your feelings? When you've established a boundary, what have you consistently observed? Do they honor it or regularly test it? Now, be honest with yourself when asking these questions about what you're seeing, because if they don't respect you while they're trying to win your heart, they're not likely going to start once they finally have your heart. So question number 2, do they demonstrate humility? And I don't mean do they shy away from praise. I mean, can they admit when they're wrong? Can they receive feedback? Can they apologize without becoming defensive or qualifying their apology? Can they celebrate your wins, or do they feel threatened by them? That kind of humility is essential for personal growth, and healthy relationships require both parties to have a growth mindset. Number 3, are they self-aware? In other words, are they quick to point out everyone else's faults, but slow to acknowledge their own? Or do they regularly ask, what could I have done differently? Or how could I have shown up differently? Number 4, do they take responsibility for themselves? Or do they expect other people to manage their emotions, to make them happy, to carry the weight of their disappointments? Do they take responsibility for their own growth, their own mistakes, their own happiness? One of the biggest mistakes I've seen people make over the last 30 years is assuming that small character issues will somehow become smaller on their own. They rarely do. The things you overlook in the early stages of a relationship are usually the things you'll end up living with long term. So when something feels off, don't ignore it. Instead, ask questions. Look for patterns. But remember, discernment isn't about assuming the worst in people, and it isn't about trying to change them. It's about paying attention carefully enough to recognize what's actually true rather than what you want to be true.